Thank you, thank you. Thank you, Sheila Nichols. Thank you, Dave Stringer. And thank you, this beautiful string quartet. Is there anything better to bring us from our mind to our heart than reimagining God? Love without resistance. As Reverend Michael likes to say, this is a dogma-free zone. So you've come to the most wonderful place to receive love today. So I'm so honored to be with each of you, all of you. Agape is my spiritual home, and you are my spiritual family, my family of choice. And I thank each one of you for being here, whether in person or live stream, but particularly in person because we who are from LA don't often like to drive in the rain. So if you're here, but I do know that it took something in particular for each one of you to show up here today. It took something for each one of you to create a space in your life to come and deepen your own spiritual practice. So just take a moment and acknowledge yourself. You might even want to place your hand on your own heart to acknowledge yourself for whatever it took you to be here today to commit to your spiritual practice. So is anybody else besides me really excited to talk about miracles today? Yeah, I'm really excited to get to talk about miracles today. So are you ready to claim your miracle today? Now, the thing I want you to know about miracles is that you have to participate in your own miracle. So are you ready to participate in your own miracle today? So if you are, I'm going to ask you to please repeat after me. I am willing to participate in my own miracle today. And if you will repeat after me, I am willing to claim my miracle today. Now, if you would, turn to a neighbor, and I'm going to ask you to repeat after me. I want you to claim your miracle today. Turn to another neighbor, repeat after me. You're not going to leave here today without your miracle. I think we got this. Yeah, we are not leaving here today without our miracle. So I thought we should start by demystifying exactly what this word miracle means. I looked it up in the dictionary. The dictionary definition of a miracle is an improbable, inexplicable, otherworldly event akin to a divine intervention. Now, I don't know about you, but when I hear the words improbable, I'm not thinking that miracle is necessarily for me today. But I'm telling you, everyone here is not leaving without your miracle. So what I want you to know about a miracle is, my definition of a miracle is simply that a miracle is a breakthrough in consciousness, right? So repeat that after me. A miracle is a breakthrough in consciousness. A miracle is a breakthrough in consciousness. Repeat after me. My miracle is a breakthrough in my consciousness. Breakthrough in my consciousness. Therefore, each one of us is going to receive a miracle today, because before you even step up and stand up from your seat, you can have a breakthrough in your own consciousness today. Yes? A miracle is an inside job. A miracle comes from the inside out. It's not something arbitrary. It's not something that may or may not happen to you. A miracle is an inside out job. Why? Because a miracle is a breakthrough in consciousness, and you are in charge of your own breakthroughs in consciousness. Are you with me? Okay, so I was fortunate enough. I had a breakthrough in consciousness recently. I had a miracle recently. Now, when I was 16, I tore all the cartilage and ligaments in my knee, and I had to have major reconstructive knee surgery. And so I've had knee challenges off and on during my life. But recently, I began experiencing incessant, intense, 24/7 knee pain. It's really painful. So much so that literally when I was lying in bed and no pressure on my knee, I could not even turn over at night. I had so much pain in my knee. Went to the doctor. Doctor took x-rays. Doctor said, you have bone on bone, and you need a knee replacement right away. So everything in me was feeling like, I don't think this is for me. Not that a knee replacement isn't necessarily a good thing for some people. I want to make that really clear, because I know people who have had knee replacements and have very, very, very successful result. I'm just saying, for me, I ended up in a quandary. I was in excruciating pain, and when I say excruciating, I mean excruciating 24/7 pain. I'm remembering a time that I was out with my son, and we were getting ready to walk down a flight of stairs, and I literally was paralyzed before walking down those stairs at the thought of the pain that I was going to feel walking down the stairs, so much so that my 17-year-old son looked at me and he goes, "Mom, do you want me to carry you down the stairs?" And I almost said yes. So I was in a lot of pain. Now, what I know about a breakthrough in consciousness is that you gotta be prepared. And I wanted to be prepared for my breakthrough in consciousness. Now, how are you prepared when you're in so much pain? So I don't know if any of you here have come here with some pain, and you've carried some pain in with you. Maybe you're having challenge in a relationship with your children or your spouse, or your spouse. Or your spouse, or your boss, or maybe someone you know is in pain, and you're in pain with their pain. If there's any pain that you're working through, I want you to work through it with me this morning. Why? Because I don't want you to leave without your miracle, right? You might be thinking, this was a shiny talk at the beginning, miracles, and now we're off on pain. What I want you to know is that pain is a portal to a breakthrough. Pain is not to be avoided, pain is not to be resisted, although we are culturally taught to resist and avoid pain, yes? When you resist and avoid pain, corporate culture wants you to do this because why? It will have you numbing out. It will have you trying to eat away your pain, drink away your pain, talk away your pain, and what happens is you either suppress your pain and you end up sick, or what do? You might recognize this. I certainly do. You end up projecting your pain out on whoever might be in front of you. Did I say spouse before? Okay. So we are here today to recognize that corporate culture wants you to be disempowered, unempowered. They want you to not be in a relationship with your pain, because then you're going to have to buy the next treatment or buy the next trend or buy, keep you in a consumer culture. They want you disempowered. We want you empowered. You want to leave here empowered? Yes? Yes, we want to leave here empowered. The way to get empowered is to master your pain. What I can tell you is those individuals who learn how to master their pain, those individuals know how to master their consciousness. Are you with me? I want you to repeat that after me. When I learn to master my pain, I learn to master my consciousness. When I learn to master my pain, I learn to master my consciousness. You don't need to resist your pain. But what we're not taught is how to be in relationship with our pain. So pain is not the problem. Our lack of relationship to our pain is the problem. Does that make sense? So I want you to repeat that after me. Pain is not my problem. My lack of relationship to my pain is my problem. Pain is not my problem. My lack of relationship to my pain is my problem. So this is what we're going to transform today. So I was in a lot of pain with my knee, and I know I wanted to be prepared for my consciousness, for my breakthrough. So sometimes, I don't know about you all, but when you are in pain and things are happening in your world, sometimes you can't handle that pain by yourself alone. And that's why I keep an arsenal of really spiritual, powerful people around me. So what did I do? And as a tangential moment, I'd like to say, if you don't have spiritually powerful people around you, you don't need a lot, just one, just two, just someone who will not agree with your pain and get down in the ditch with you, but someone who will lift you up, right? Because we all need people to lift us up. So I called my girlfriend, and before she even uttered a word on the phone, I felt her wave of compassion when I was bawling my head off, the ugly cry, as Oprah would say, about the pain in my knee. I felt that wave of compassion. What I want you to know is compassion is severely underrated in our culture. Why? Because culture wants you to be disempowered about pain, and compassion is free. But here's what I'm telling you. Compassion is the medicine for your pain. You only need one kind of medicine. It's compassion. Compassion is the medicine for your pain. So we're learning to surround ourselves with people who will lift us up and create a container of compassion for us. And we're also learning self-compassion, how to be that container for ourselves. When I began to feel this compassion from my girlfriend, I began to relax. Now, she couldn't take the physical pain away from my knee, but she began to create an emotional container for me to release my emotional pain. Does that make sense? As I began to relax, I'm still in pain, but I was also able to then connect inwardly to myself again and to listen to my highest wisdom. And my wisdom was telling me that this surgery was not for me. However, I was still in pain, and I didn't see any other way out. That's the only, because I do an anti-inflammatory diet, I'm already working out, I was already doing everything that I thought I could do, and still here was this pain. So what I want you to know is that a miracle comes when you are ready to trust your highest guidance, see your own wholeness, not because you are denying and doing a spiritual bypass. You understand that you are in pain. You understand something's happening in your world. And simultaneously, you are willing to look for and find the wholeness in this situation. You are beginning to ask questions such as, how is this pain for me? Can you imagine asking that question? I'm in incessant 24-hour intense pain. Pain, how are you for me? What are you trying to tell me? Because what I can tell you is that your pain has a message for you. And the louder the pain, the greater the message. Your pain has a message for you. Not only does your pain have a message for you, your pain is a portal to God. Your pain is a portal to God, because right in the midst of my pain, God is. Right in the midst of that pain was an availability for me to connect with that higher power. Right? Are you with me so far? I want you practicing this, thinking about this in your own life with your own example right now. Okay, so I'm getting prepared. From that moment on, when I recognized this is my path, I was at peace. I still had pain in my knee, but I was utterly, unequivocally at peace. I didn't know how it was going to happen. We will never know how it's going to happen because there are infinite possibilities in God. What I did know was I was sitting in the midst of infinite possibilities. So I had moved from seeing only one to infinite possibilities. I still didn't know what in the heck it was going to look like. I didn't even know if I would have this pain for the rest of my life, but I was utterly and unequivocally at peace. I want you to hear that in the midst of whatever pain you might be going through right now in your life, no matter how extreme it might feel, right there in the center of that pain, you have peace. Peace is yours, okay? Step one, I'm prepared. I'm in a relationship with my pain. Step two, for your breakthrough in consciousness, receptivity. What I'm telling you is that there is no difference between receiving a compliment and receiving a miracle. Receiving something as simple as, oh my gosh, your scarf is so beautiful today. Is my scarf so beautiful today? It's beautiful. My girlfriend Kara gave me the scarf. I love the scarf. It's just so happy. Now, I'm either gonna, when she gave me another tangential comment, she gave me this at a party at her house. She just literally gave it to me. And now I could have said, oh, no, thank you, but that girl knows a good glittery scarf when she sees one, so I said, thank you so much. That's receiving your good. God is always sending you this stream of good. Even though I was having pain in my knee, God is always sending me an infinite stream of good. Are you willing to receive your infinite stream of good, no matter what's going on in your life, right? So there's no different, right? There's no difference between receiving. And so what I want you to start recognizing in your own life is, Am I closing down to my miracles, or am I receptive to my miracles? Because God is trying to get a miracle through you. And if you're closing down, it's a different inner stance than if you are open and available. So thank you. So let me tell you, I was open and available for my miracle. So let's repeat that after me. I am open and available to my miracle. I am open and available to my miracle. Repeat after me. I am receptive to my miracle. I am receptive to my miracle. I'm ready, right? You're ready. So I was ready, still in pain. So cut to, it's the Sunday after Thanksgiving. I was actually here at Agape, and I was here with Monique, and we were starting the year-end ask. And I was going to be here all day. What you all didn't know, because I had a long skirt on, is that I had a brace from here to there on my knee. And in between services, I went up to just rest my knee and elevate my knee, so to rest it. And out walks Reverend Michael from his office, and he was going to do last service. So he's on mission. He's a guy on a mission. It's his work day. And he, I guess, caught me out of the corner of his eye, and his body was going this way, but he turned. And he came over to where we were sitting, and he placed his hand on my knee. He closed his eyes, maybe a minute. He opened his eyes. He gave me a hug. He turned, and without uttering a word, he walked away to do his job. I didn't give it another thought. Well, the thought I had at the moment was, oh my gosh, how generous is this man? He's in the middle of 3 services. He has a lot on his plate, and he took the time to just come over and connect. I felt his generosity of spirit, and my heart opened. I was receptive, and I really didn't think anything of it. Monique and I did the rest of the day. I went home. Tuesday morning, I woke up without a hint of pain. And since that Tuesday, after Thanksgiving, I have not had one hint of pain in my knee. Zero. 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 So here's what I want you to hear. I was prepared. I was receptive. Are you willing to be prepared? Are you willing to be receptive? You got the recipe so far. Okay. I didn't think anything of it. In fact, at the beginning, my mind could not wrap itself around that my knee wasn't hurting anymore. I could barely recognize perfect health and well-being. I was so used to the pain, I couldn't recognize health and well-being, but I'm a smart girl, and I know I better start to recognize this health and well-being really quickly, or I'm going to go backwards, correct? So I asked in my meditation, how am I here to expand my consciousness? This is your key question. How am I here to expand my consciousness today? And as I asked that question, things started coming together, and I started remembering Sunday morning, and I'm wondering if the 2 things had anything to do with each other. Duh, I'm a little slow. So I called Reverend Michael, and I asked him, I said, do you even remember coming over to me on Sunday? And if so, I'm just interested, what was your experience? And he said this to me. He said, you know, I was just walking out of my office, and my body turned, and I was obedient to my body, and it led me to you, and I saw only wholeness, and I offered it to you, and you received it from me. We had a synergistic moment. Do you understand? So when you are prepared, you're willing, you're receptive, the universe will send you your synergistic moment. Do you understand? You don't know what it's going to look like. So we need to train ourselves to stop asking what it's going to look like. We're also enamored with the outer world, and I'm not going to lie, I kind of wanted to know what mine might look like. But I'll tell you, the universe, God will send you your synergistic moment. It will send you your perfect individual at the perfect time in the perfect way. It may send you many of them all at once. So what you're wanting is to be receptive and willing to see your situation as whole. Reverend Michael saw my situation as whole. He saw me as whole. There wasn't a doubt in his mind. This is how we begin to become our own healers and our own shamans. What you can do today, and what is utterly yours to do today, is to become your own healer, become your own shaman. Those are not just fancy words. A shaman, a healer, is someone who sees wholeness, correct? It's like Jesus in John chapter 8, don't quote me, although I am in ministerial school, I should know this, but what I do know is the content. I know that Jesus said to the lame man to take up thy bed and walk. Have you heard that? So Jesus said to a lame man, take up thy bed and walk. What he asked before he said that is imperative. Do you know what he asked before? Come on. Anybody? Yes. Who said that? Is that Sandy? I can't see. Will thou be made whole? He was asking the lame man, will you see yourself as whole, or will you continue to see yourself as someone who's gone 38 years without being able to move? Will you see yourself as whole? Will you all see yourself as whole today? In the middle of whatever is going on in your life? Yes. Then you are here and ready for a breakthrough in consciousness. So here we have it so far. We have preparation. We have pain as a portal to God. We have pain is your portal to your breakthrough in consciousness. You have your receptivity. You're willing to receive scarves, compliments, anything else that comes your way. You're willing to receive your own wholeness. When you are willing to see your own wholeness, of course the universe will send you someone or something from the outside to reflect that back to you. You might not know how it's going to happen, but here's one thing I want to guarantee you. If you don't leave with anything else today, leave with the expectancy that the universe will reflect back to you your wholeness today if that is what you are looking for, right? So we don't have to be concerned with what it's going to look like in the outer world. And in fact, we don't even need to be concerned with if it still looks chaotic in the meantime, because form follows consciousness. Do you understand what that means? My knee was still in pain. The pain was still happening, but the miracle happened. Now, is anybody wondering, or catch this, how this happened on a Sunday afternoon, but I woke up on a Tuesday morning? That really interested me. I was interested in that. Interesting. When I was in meditation, what I heard and what I caught was that that was the length of time that it took me, my body, to catch up and realign with what had happened in that synergistic moment between Reverend Michael and myself. So the healing happened. The healing happened when I was willing to know myself as whole. The universe provided someone in my presence to reflect that wholeness back to me. 2 or more of us were gathered, Monique, Lee, Reverend Michael, and myself. We were gathered to make this whole. But in the meantime, my knee was still hurting, but the breakthrough happens in consciousness. So don't get seduced by the shiny miracle. Don't get seduced by the outside. Don't get seduced whether it's happening or it's not happening on the outside. Don't let that seduce you. Be concerned with your own breakthrough in consciousness. Be concerned with your own inner landscape. Because when you have that breakthrough in consciousness, nobody can take that away from you. That is priceless, right? Do you feel like you're leaving with your miracle? You feel like you're getting what I'm sharing in your own life. You're translating into your own life, right? So we're just going to review this quickly. Does anybody remember step 1? Yeah, you guys. Be prepared for your miracle. So I want you leaving here like chest out, right? If you're a girl, booty out. Chest out, okay? I'm prepared for my miracle. I'm prepared for my breakthrough in consciousness. I love it. I love it. Let's all repeat that. I'll say it first. I'm prepared for my breakthrough in consciousness. I'm prepared for my breakthrough in consciousness. Anybody remember step 2? Yeah, baby, receptivity. Anybody going to receive a compliment this afternoon? May you never think about compliments the same. You know, may you always open-heartedly, unequivocally, unapologetically, unguardedly, undefendedly say thank you. Yes, thank you. Receptivity. I am receptive to my miracle today. I am receptive to my breakthrough in consciousness today. So repeat that after me. I am receptive to my breakthrough in consciousness today. I am receptive to my breakthrough in consciousness today. Excellent. Lastly, we got to pay this baby forward. Pay it forward. You always have to pay something forward when you receive something, right? So we got to pay this forward. How do we pay this forward? We pay this forward, first of all, we see ourselves as whole. And then we begin to see those around us as whole, even and especially those individuals who may be part of our pain. Did I mention spouse? No, I'm just kidding. I'm totally just kidding, you guys. You're going to think I have a terrible marriage. I'm totally just kidding. My poor husband. So we see ourselves as whole, and then we see those around us as whole, even and especially those who might be part of our pain. Are you willing to see those people whole? Yes. And then we ripple it out. We spiral it out. We see the situations in our life as whole. We see our finances as whole. We see our relationships as whole. We see this country as whole. We see this country as whole. Are you willing to see this country as whole? In the midst of exactly where our country is right now, are you willing to see it as whole, perfect, and complete? I am. And we're willing to see this globe, this planet, as whole. Yes? All right. Then I pronounce you ready to claim your miracle today. Thank you very much. Thank you very much. Don't leave here without it. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Now, if there's one thing we know, you gotta anchor this in prayer. Shall we anchor this? We don't want to leave here without anchoring this, correct? So if you would, turn within with me for a moment of prayer. Become aware that we are all breathing this one energy, this one power, this one presence, this one love, one love, one love, only love, all love, always love, one love, right now, right here, everywhere present, exactly where you are, one love, this love, it's your everything. It's your source, it's your supply, it's undergirding you, it's lifting you up, it's this one power and presence. It's right here for you. It's right here for everyone, but it's specifically right here for you. It is my nature, it is my everything. God is my everything, God is my everything, God is my everything, God is my everything, and God is your everything. It is your nature, it is your power, it is your breath, it is your heartbeat. And so it is from this place of what I know that I speak this word for each and every individual here. I know that something has happened for each one of you. A transformation has happened, a breakthrough in consciousness has happened. And before you even stand up from the seat that you are sitting in, your consciousness has been changed. You have been made whole. I know this for each individual on the live stream right here in person. You have been made whole. We are claiming our wholeness right now. I know wholeness. I know prosperity. I know abundance. I know infinite solutions. I know infinite possibilities for each one here. I know creativity, inspiration, upliftment, transformation, beyond a shadow of a doubt, beyond anything that you could even know, hope for, dream about, or imagine. It is here. It is yours by divine birthright. Claim this for yourself and see it for those around you. See it for someone in your life. Be willing to see it for the hardest person in your life. Be willing to see it for everyone in your life. Just place someone in your own heart that might need your prayer today. Someone in your heart that might need to know their own wholeness today. And send your own heartfelt prayer to them, your whole heartfelt knowing to them. Allow that to ripple out and spiral out, and let us see this country whole, perfect, and complete. Not denying anything that is happening, but willing to be that spiritual powerhouse, that spiritual authority that is the one who is willing to say, I see it whole now. I am willing to see it whole before it might manifest in the physical. So we see it spiraling out, we see it rippling out, we see it covering this entire planet, and we are grateful. And we lend our open hearts to those who have called us for prayer. We lend our open hearts to Michelle for her husband, Bruce. We see health and wholeness for him. We see health and wholeness for them. Lend your heart to Helen Mylansky. Lend your heart and see complete recovery for her. Complete recovery for her right now. And let us lend our heart to Annette Revezo for her mom, Ray, who has passed into another dimension of life, free and unencumbered. Lend her your heart. And for Nancy Martson, longtime Agape member. For our beloved Mitch Earl, for his brother, Andy. We surround this family in love. For Michael Forte, practitioner from Agape and a minister who has passed on, we see him free, unencumbered evermore. And for Kate Murphy, also a longtime practitioner, a minister here at Agape, we surround her in our hearts. We see her flying free, and we are grateful. How good it is to see ourselves as whole and to see all those around us as whole. How good it is to receive the message of wholeness. How good it is to receive a miracle for ourselves and for every individual on planet Earth right now. I am grateful, and so it is. Amen. 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 Thank you, everyone.
Suzi, Lula.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Thank you.
Beautiful. Thank you so much, Suzi. She gave a fabulous talk. You're ready for your miracle? Yes. Powerful, powerful, powerful. Thank you so much, Suzi.